What's big and hot and weighs a lot? Yep. This here is the Sony Vaio PCG-K33P. Yeah, it has a lovely name. This is one of the biggest laptops I own, and it is, well, it's that size because it's running a very high clocked Pentium 4 in it. And if you know anything about Pentium 4s, they are known for running extremely hot and consuming a lot of power, as well as not being very powerful for the amount of power they consume, so they're extremely inefficient processors. But yeah, let's take a look at this machine. I'll go ahead and boot it up here. It's running Windows XP Service Pack 3. Has 1 GB of RAM, I believe. They're 1 GB or 512 meg. I'll have to check on system properties. And it says down here that it has graphics by ATI Radeon, but it has really poor video performance, honestly. So I'm not sure what adapter this is running, but it's not the best. This laptop is, I'd say, 2004, 2005 era, something like that. But something it does have going for it is it has really, really powerful speakers. And it's a really nice screen too, pretty high resolution, but the color on this display is fantastic. Like, it's better than most of the newer laptops I have. Go ahead and check here. There's settings. It's only a 1280 by 800 resolution display, but that's really not too bad for how old this laptop is. And it's a very large, very, very large display. I mean, this whole laptop is extremely large. If you look at the profile from the side, this thing is chunky. And it's got a lot of cooling vents on it, so. And even though it has all of these cooling vents, this thing runs bloody hot. Which, I mean, is fairly unavoidable, I guess, with a Pentium 4, but you would think it would stay a little bit cooler for all of the ventilation it has. It moves a lot of air through it too, so let's go ahead and do a properties on my computer and see what we've got for specs here. We have a Pentium 4 clocked at 3.06 gigahertz. That just let that sink in. 3.06 on Pentium 4 in a laptop. Were they stupid? I mean, that's gonna run like a frickin' toaster oven. There's no avoiding that. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And yeah, it only has 512 meg of RAM, and some of that's dedicated to video, so this thing's not going to run the best. I'm sure it can take up to a gig or maybe 2 gigs, but I don't have any memory laying around to be able to upgrade it right now, so I think I put all my DDR memory into the old ThinkPad that I have, which I'm currently using for playing old games and stuff. I was going to do that with this one, but it just doesn't have the horsepower to do it, so and it's kind of sad, really, because this thing should theoretically be a pretty powerful machine, but the fact that it overheats in just a couple of minutes of running it at any kind of load kind of ruins that. So let's see, I think I've got one game on here, Star Trek Armada, one of my favorite old games. So we'll see how well that runs. I honestly don't remember what it's like on this machine, so I believe it ran okay if you left it at like the 800 by 600 resolution, but as soon as you bumped it up to anything above that, it started running really poorly. But we'll see here. Let's see if I can go into options and graphics settings. Now it's on 1024 by 768. which appears to be the maximum resolution this game actually supports, so it's gonna stay that. And we'll do instant action and just launch that, and we'll see what this is like. Fan's already kicking in. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that thing's probably all the way up to half speed already, and it's putting out some hot air on the side here. Takes a while to load. Ooh, mouse is very, very laggy. That's not too nice.
Prepare the docking bays.
No, that's not good. It's really not good.
Confirmed, Starfleet.
It looks smooth, but the cursor movement is just so... It's like you're moving through jelly. It's just... no. That's not good. Not good at all. Alright. Let's go ahead and quit that, because it's... This thing is just screaming along now. Yeah, this machine was never meant for gaming. I'm actually not sure what this thing really, like, what its purpose was. Because the Pentium 4 in these really wasn't that much more powerful than a Pentium M of the same era, or even a Pentium 3, so what was this laptop really meant for? It got terrible battery life. It doesn't have good enough graphics to do any entertainment. You would think maybe a laptop of this size would be focused towards entertainment or gaming or something, but no. No, its onboard video is not good enough for that. The processor runs too hot. You can't do anything for a very extended period of time on it because it just really, really, really starts pumping out lots of air and makes a lot of noise, and I don't know who this laptop was really meant for. It's like, it's actually a really nice looking design, feels really well made and high quality, and it's got a really beautiful screen and nice sounding speakers, but I can't believe it was intended for entertainment, because it's just the video performance is so poor, even for its time. So, yeah, if anybody has some insight on what these laptops were really designed for, I'd love to hear it, because it just seems like a pointless thing. It's like, let's see how massive and powerful of a processor we can cram into this little portable form factor, and it just doesn't work. Even though they have just stupid amounts of cooling on it, it still gets too hot. And I imagine the only reason it's still actually functioning today is because it has all of that cooling. Yeah, I mean, it's really weird. This thing is just... It's in this weird gray zone where it just doesn't make much sense to even exist. Yeah, I don't think we actually went and looked at the physical, like, exterior of the device any, so let's go ahead and shut her back down and take a look and see what we've got for ports and whatnot. So, it's fairly quick to shut down, I guess, and fairly quick to boot up for a Windows XP machine. I mean, this is pretty much just a fresh, clean install of XP Service Pack 3 on here, so one would expect it to be reasonably snappy. Go ahead and close her up. And move the camera down here a little bit. Alright. The top of it's actually a very kind of nice, stylish design. The Vaio, I really do like the Vaio logo, which I think, if I remember right, this is supposed to represent analog and digital. You got the waveform and the I/O for digital input. It's kind of something I didn't know previously, but somebody told me. I don't know how accurate that really is, but on the side here we have a DVD-ROM drive and CD burner, as well as our place for a battery, which is the strangest setup I've ever seen. This little door that flips open and the battery just slides in here. So, that battery is pretty much totally shot. It still takes a charge, but it goes from like saying it's 100% charged down to 20% charge, then 2 in a matter of like 10 minutes, and then it'll run for like an hour saying that it's totally dead. So I don't know really what's up with that battery. But on the back we've got Ethernet, a modem, oh, we got that backwards actually, modem, Ethernet, VGA, and a printer port here, parallel. Yeah. You can just see how thick that is. That's probably 2 inches thick, and this is a laptop from like 2004, 2005. So we've got more cooling on this side, we've got more cooling down here, more ventilation down here. Got Firewire 400, we've got 3 USB 2 ports, broken release for the PCM CIA or card bus or whatever that is, and we've got our array of, it appears to be video out actually, microphone in, and headphones. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of a little overview of this thing, and it's an intriguing laptop. It's just, I don't know why it has any right to exist and why they even bothered to manufacture something like this. And really, that goes for any Pentium 4 laptops. It seems like, why would you even put a Pentium 4 in a laptop? Because they run so bloody hot. And they take up so much power. It's like, it just seems stupid to me. Like, if you want something portable, you want it to get decent battery life, and you don't want it to cook you every time you set it on your lap. So, ideally you would think they would come up with a, they would have put in like a Pentium M. I'm not sure if this was before the Pentium M, the Pentium 4 based Pentium Mobile, or not, but you would have thought they would have just not even bothered with it and kept with Pentium 3s in these, because honestly, Pentium 3s perform almost as well as Pentium 4s in a lot of cases, so they could have put a much lower clocked Pentium 3 in this and it would have performed just as well. So, yeah. Well guys, that was just a little look at this remarkably chunky and hot-running laptop. So, let me know what you think in the comments, and if you like these kind of videos, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to see more of these computer-related videos, let me know. Alright, have a good one.